We are in November 2021, and we have a group of multicultural participants. We have Oswald from Portugal, but you are living in Brazil, in Natal. Taylor from Maryland,
Yeah.
United States. Miljoy from Singapore.
Yes.
Kathy from Connecticut. Philippe from Germany, from Berlin. And you are Chirac from the States. Where Texas. Good. Well, I am from Argentina, Buenos Aires, but I live here for 18 years. So I am Diana now, from the jungle. I would like to hear some of your most important insights. What happened to you personally, specifically, something that you discovered? A lot of people yesterday in the sharing were saying, this is a life-changing. Why is it life-changing? Yeah, please.
I would say particularly that this experience was life-changing because my whole motivation for coming to this spiritual healing center was surrounded around my endeavors in entrepreneurship. I have been feeling stuck for a very long time, and I had explored many options, and I thought that, here's another one that really sounded like it may be able to benefit me in the long run. So when I came out here, I felt like I was searching for something, and I needed to find this answer, and I needed to go deep and work deep and do all this deep work. And I thought that Mother Ayahuasca would help me get there to do this deep work, and I would be able to find the spark or the missing piece or the missing link. And that really motivated me to come out here. And when I actually got here and started to actually do the work, the ayahuasca, what I found out was that I'm basically putting too much pressure on myself, and I have a perfectionist achiever mindset that really puts a lot of unnecessary stress on the things that I aspire to do. So drinking ayahuasca actually helped me not necessarily to search, but actually revealed to me some of the things in my life that made me become this way. So instead of me thinking that I can go in and go find, this thing that's going to give me the answers, I actually had experiences from my childhood that were revealed to me, and I was basically equipped with the tools to do the work to reconcile some of those events and some of those challenges, and really just take a look from the perspective of my inner child as well as an adult, and kind of mold the two together. So it just really, I was really able to cultivate a relationship and kind of bridge the gap between my younger self and my current self. And I'm just excited to take, these methodologies and these technologies and just the things that I've been equipped with back into the real world. I don't think I'll ever see it the same. Even since, we did 5 ceremonies, and I would say that after the third one, the pressure just completely dissipated. I had no desire to search and find and hope that I get and put the pressure on. It was just like, let me be present. What I need to be revealed. Well, I already felt like what needed to be revealed was revealed, but I just felt a sense of calm in everything that we were doing, and it was really liberating.
You recovered the joy.
Yes.
Because I think you were creating a life with no joy, just obligations, pressure. I can do it better, it was not good enough, and now you understand that the most creative part of your personality is your inner child.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's happy,
Mm-hmm.
you will be more creative, and life is more joyful.
Right.
Whatever we are creating, it's important that we create happiness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I was able to realize, because I do have a lot of things that bring me joy, but then on the other side of that, it will always be like guilt or shame because I'm indulging in the joy, because I haven't achieved or accomplished this. But now I realize that you really should lead with the joy, and that will help you to accomplish whatever you want. Not the goals come first, then the joy. It's the joy first. Then if the goals align with your joy, then you can pursue them. So
Yeah.
very insightful.
Thank you.
Yeah, and for me, I think it was life-changing because of how you have set everything up and organized everything to marry the spiritual and here, the work here on this earth in this reality. I think the workshops themselves of, meeting my inner child, understanding my shadow, realizing my patterns, that's something here mentally that I can understand. Psychology, psychiatry, therapy, that's kind of here in this reality. But then when ayahuasca is involved and we do the ceremony, I was able to connect to a place that's infinite and has so many answers that my mental mind, my emotions or my physical knew of it but couldn't put words to it. So when the ceremonies happened, I was a little bit stubborn and fighting and still I think stuck in this reality. And when I let go, a flood of insights was able to come in, like to keep life simple, where sometimes mentally, intellectually I can make things so complicated, but actually it's, are you having fun? Are you not having fun? Are you joyful? Are you not joyful? Is this bringing you joy? Throughout, it was definitely a process of like a lot of struggle to begin with, because for me, I think that symbolized me not wanting to let go, me wanting to be right. And then in the end, when I met with my inner child, play with my inner child, it was like, we're in this together and we can have joy, creativity and seriousness at the same time and achieve something so much bigger than what my intelligence could have imagined. So, and I think it's very key that these workshops happen with the ayahuasca, because integration is key. When I first came here, and I've done ayahuasca ceremonies before, it felt like I got knowledge, but it was left at the retreat. And now I feel like I do have tools to be able to integrate this into my life. And if I get triggered, then I have another trigger to be able to snap me back to the behavior that I want to be able to bring and integrate into my life.
So you had experience with ayahuasca before.
Yes.
Can you, without saying names of the other place, can you compare how was the system there compared to what we do here?
Yeah, I mean, it was very similar, where like you have 3 ceremonies and there were like, we did yoga and so forth. However, the experience there was just very out of this earth. I was flying, and I was expecting a very similar experience here, but this experience is very grounded and very high and spiritual, and I think that would be the difference. Here is more holistic and more accessible to reality, and the other ceremonies, it was brilliant and it did the work that I needed to do at the time, but it always just made me want to get away, escape. And I think that's also another lesson that I learned here, is that what are the things that I'm doing that's wanting me to escape, and then how do I bring myself back? So that's really a big difference. Like here I've got tools to be able to go, okay, I don't have to meditate and escape. I can actually participate in my reality and create it as beautiful as the experience that I felt.
Yeah, I think here we have both of different worlds.
Yeah.
The shamanic world, the Western world, and there is an integration of several techniques and methods and philosophies. So it's very holistic, as you say. We can use to integrate anything in our everyday life. It's not that because we are productive, we cannot be happy.
Yeah.
Why? No? We can be everything. We can have everything. And now we know that we have power to create the life we want, not the life we have to live.
Yes.
So this is my 4th time here, and I keep coming back because every time I get so much out of it. And It's life changing because my life is so different from when I came here the first time years ago. I think the first time I came here was about 5 years ago, and I felt very like directionless, and I was kind of not sure what I was doing with my life. I was drinking and waiting tables and traveling because I didn't know what to do. And now, you know, I've been sober for 4 years, and I'm working on a business that I feel really passionate about, and I'm going to school for something I'm really passionate about. So I'm just in a completely different place in my life. And on this retreat, you know, there's always layers, there's always more to learn, and I learned, you know, more about my inner child, really needing to be right, needing to be validated, and how much this was holding me back, you know. And even when I have a new idea for my business, I get really in my head like, is this the right way to do this? Will people like this? And I put so much pressure on it that it's not fun, and it kind of doesn't succeed because I'm putting all that pressure on it and not really engaging with it. So I think being able to go in and give my inner child some comfort and like have a deeper understanding of that, and learning how to be more aware, learning how to be more reliable for her, more present, has really helped me see that I can let go and have fun with what I really want to do. And already I feel more creative, and all of a sudden I'm writing poems and having all of these ideas. So it's this really great flow that I, you know, think I'll be able to implement with some of the tools that we learned here.
You recover your power. This
Yeah.
is my impression. That now you are using it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there was also a distinct feeling of like, I can decide what's in my life and what's not in my life. I can make those
Yeah,
choices.
before you were like a leaf in the wind.
Yeah.
No, now it's you creating, you deciding, you doing.
Yeah. And I mean, what's better than that? Like creating your life and creating your reality the way you want to live it. It's so powerful.
Well, people need to know that it's possible,
Yeah.
that you can do it. You have the power. You don't need to wait. Somebody will give me a job, or somebody will offer me the type of life I want. I can do it.
Yeah.
The problem is that when you don't have trust inside, you are very afraid because you don't have guarantees. But we can do certain techniques to start increasing the power inside of you and the trust. When you trust, you are not afraid anymore. You know you will do something new. There is no guarantees, but you learn how to live in the uncertainty. And you know that you will have obstacles, that you will have problems, but nothing that you cannot resolve. It's okay. Also, when you love your inner child, you make mistakes, you can take a bad decision, but it's okay. Next time I will do it better. Instead of paralyzed, torturing yourself because I made a mistake, I am not good enough, I will never be good enough, and then you do nothing. Instead of, yeah, I made a mistake, it's okay, next time will be better. And it will be better. This is the best part. It's not that you are lying to yourself. It's completely true. It's the right way to teach a child. No? You don't condemn a child because made a mistake. You love the child, it's okay. It's okay. We are in this life to learn and then make mistakes. It's the only way to learn.
Yeah.
Big part.
Yes, absolutely.
And how it is in your case, Philippe?
In my case, ayahuasca changed my life because as I was in Germany, I was always like stressed on time. Was always looking at the time. I have to wake up then, rush, make the working, make the business, make the family things all together. And then a lot of things are happening in the last 6 months, and I was really scared of my life, why it's happened to me, why I have so much trouble, why I have bad situations with my mother. She do suicide. I have problems at the same time. They diagnosed cancer, and my wife changed for another lifestyle, and I was always just asking why it's me, why it's always I put all these bad things to my life. And
So you thought that you were a victim.
yes,
You were in the victim role.
yeah, yes, that's it, that's it. And then I just tried to make a big cut and to starting to traveling and to looking for some new things, the ways and the life is working. And I start my big trip with the ayahuasca in Brazil. And here I understand that time is only like a thing that you look into it. Yes, it's not so important, and you have to stay in the moment and not in the past, because the past it's only your memories, and the future is like your fantasy. So you have to stay here and enjoying it. And also during the ayahuasca showed me some things that I have to understand, that this what's happened to me is really nice and beautiful, because now if I think deeper, I live now this life that I ever like to live, because I'm travel, I'm free, I have time for myself, I eat really healthy, I do yoga, change my life after cancer, don't drink, not smoke something, it's definitely change my lifestyle. And ayahuasca make it to remember it. And now I keep looking forward. I'm really thankful that I have all these memories, that I'm still here, that I have in the future my most beautiful life and travel, and yes, keep continue to look forward. And I'm really happy to know it now. And to
I think that before your pattern of behavior is that you were very rigid. No, that you imagine, for example, a picture. Life is this picture.
yes,
And anything that is not in the picture, you were suffering. I have to put this in the picture.
yeah, and I tried to control it, and if it's not gonna be the picture that I fear, I get nervous and was, shit, what I have
But
to
you
do
never
now?
thought, I love this picture. This is the picture I love. Or this is the picture I have in my mind because somebody put this program and I have to do it.
Yeah,
You
now
never
I,
stop to think, do I love this picture? Do I really like it? Is my picture or is belong to who?
yes,
It was
yes.
not yours.
No, I have a talk some days with you ago, and after this I understand this is just a picture in my head, and my life can be totally different. I will love it more, and it also can be really great. Yes, to also see a different picture that can be more beautiful. It don't have to be the pictures that I have learned from my parents or what the other people telling me. This
That
is
is the
what you
real
have to
thing
do.
when you discover, but this is not mine. I don't really care this. But sometimes we fight with, I have to have this, I have to do this. And then when you go inside, this is not mine.
Yes,
And
that's
we
it.
invested that much time, that much effort to get something that then we don't want it.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
As the world that I came from before I was here, I felt very much like it was written in the scriptures to the letter. It felt like I was trapped in this self, and if I could label the container of my experience here, I think I would use a term from Tio's very helpful workshop, which is self-remembrance. Because what happened to me is that I was in this suffocating trap of myself, and when I came here and I drank ayahuasca, all the boundaries of my individuality were obliterated. I remembered who I really am. It's like at one point I intellectually, conceptually knew these things. Well, knew is not the right word. I believed these things intellectually by reading a book or watching a TV commercial. But when I came here and I had this experience, I don't have to believe anymore because now I know.
Now you have the experience.
Now I have the experience. And another thing that I realized is that all I am here is a temporary experience. And that's all of us are really. We're like temporary pockets of experience. And I also, came to this idiotic revelation of, oh, that's That's Buddhism, because when I drank ayahuasca, it's like I knew that I was nothingness. I knew that I was empty, and with nothingness, there is no suffering. So the idea of Buddhism, that I came from a Buddhist monastery, so I was kind of immersed in that, but again, I didn't know really what I was doing. But I know it now in the sense that if I can channel that nothingness within my somethingness, then I can annihilate my suffering in that way. And that was very useful. I mean, there's a trillion useful things, practical things, which I kept coming back to. I mean, clearly I'm doing this for a reason. This is a role that I'm playing for a reason. It's a game that I'm in. And if I don't play the game, then where's the fun? So really, the ego being a game. I was also laughing, thinking about this idea that I don't belong. I don't fit in. And it was just hilarious. It's like, how could I not belong? That's it.
It's very common. A lot of people feel that I don't belong to this reality. I don't understand this world. I don't feel comfortable. I don't know what am I doing here. So, but slowly we start to understand why we choose to come back. There must be something that we need to learn. In my case, I would like to think that is consciousness. I want to learn more and be more conscious and to be more awake. But this is my case. I think it's very interesting that you said that you are not in pain anymore. You dissolve the pain.
Yeah, well, for me the crazy thing was, like, I was feeling nauseous and I was feeling physically ill and I was cold and it was raining and I was wet and I was a little hungry and I never wanted to touch food again, and all of these things were happening, and yet I had this gigantic, stupid smile on my face regardless of it all. And that felt to me like, doesn't matter if I'm having a good experience or a bad experience, all of that experience is just temporary, and that smile on my face was my being, and that was permanent, and that felt bliss, which is different from pleasure.
You said you discovered who you are. Who are you?
Well, I think that is the question that fuels everything, fuels science, fuels wanting to know who I am, the higher me, the eternal me, the all-encompassing me. Who am I really?
Well, my process, I think it started some years ago. After being depressed for a while, I came to the point where I started to do some changes in my thoughts and started to incorporate, for example, Buddhism. I went to therapy, and that helped me to start to look at the world with a new view. And for a while, it was going well with that. And I was feeling that I was starting not to get stressed with the things I usually got stressed. I did open hand almost of everything of my old life. Started a new pattern, but there was still things inside me that I did feel that they were not as they should. And I was starting to wondering which shadow I had. Because I tried, but I did not manage to take a look at it by myself.
What do you mean by that? What shadow I have? Because people don't know what it is. A lot of people don't know what it is, a shadow.
Oh, how can I tell? It's something that it's always going to be there. And it can be things that we have suffered in our lives that we can put back there. Things maybe that we don't want to be can also be there, and other several things that I cannot come on now.
But
yeah.
Mainly things that we don't know about ourselves.
Yes. And for me, it was so nice when ayahuasca could show me at least a little bit of my shadow, so that now I know it is there, and it's always going to be there together with me. I cannot do it. I'm not Lucky Luke that can shoot my shadow. So it's going to be there, and for me it's okay. It's part of who I am. And the other thing ayahuasca did show me that I was ruining my energies with drinking, drugs, and that kind of self-destruction pattern that I was doing. And that, for me, that was a big slap in my face. It was beautiful. Yes.
And you know why you were doing that? Because you wanted to be numb. You didn't want to feel the pain. So, what happened now? Now you want to feel the pain, or is because your pain is diminishing?
I'm okay with the pain.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of life.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the cliche, no pain, no gain. It's like.
But do you think it's unbearable?
Oh no.
So
It is
there
not.
was not enough to drink and use drugs not to
Yes.
feel.
And that came to me at the last session, when the energy, because it was just beautiful. It came to a point that I was vibrating love with myself. It was oh my hair says it was wonderful. I was so in peace with myself, and I was feeling unconditional love with everybody that was in the room, and I suppose with everybody around the world. And that is the thing I'm going to take with me from here. It's like, yes, when I do the mistakes, just okay. You're only a person. It's normal to do some mistakes sometimes. Take the lesson, give a good hug to myself, and
So you open your heart.
absolutely, absolutely. And at the shadow side, it was so interesting to have to accept my narcissist side. That I prefer to call it egocentric, because I still feel compassion with other people. I have empathy for the other people. So I'm not there, but I have this very...
Some traits.
Yes. And that was so good to also could say it open. Yes, I am a narcissist, and it's... yes, it will be there. I'm aware of that now, and it's okay. I know how to handle it with a smile, and just when I will start to feel these things coming up, I will smile to myself and say, yeah, here we go again. But now I know what to do with it, and it's so... The workshops were perfect, like the inner child, the trauma, that opened like my mind. It was like, whoa, suddenly everything did fall in place. And suddenly I did start to rescue my inner child everywhere I was. Like when it came a thought to my head from my childhood, from episodes where I was afraid and everything, I went back there, fixed the situation in a nice way, and then you take the child and just give it a lots of love. It make the child feel safe. And that started to happen at the ceremonies, that the child came to me and wanted to play with me. And I was like, yes, I want to play with you too.
So you adopted your own inner child.
Yes.
You understand now where is coming these narcissist traits. You understood why.
Like ayahuasca, the last ceremony, tried to tell me that it was on my childhood. I was left alone to take care of myself for big, long periods. And as a child, my way of coping with that was to focus on myself.
There was no other in
There
your
was no
childhood.
other.
It was only you, and you.
Yes.
And you have to survive with that.
Yes. And it's nice to know that I have that thing inside me, because it makes me capable of taking on any problem that comes. Because I understand now that the universe is only one problem after the other one. The big secret is like how you handle with these problems. And now I know that a smile always helps. And yes, unconditional love. That's, wow, what a lesson. And I still vibrate this, my atoms, I don't know, they are like vibrating the same vibe as nature. And I'm like, oh yes, this is nature, this is the universe. Yeah.
You had an important insight during one of the day ceremonies about nature.
Oh, I had. I don't remember which one were.
I remember you said that about the not destroy nature.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. Like it just came to me that we are healers by nature. That's how we have survived. And for me to be alive here today, someone or something did to give the energy to me. And I have never thought about that. For me, it was like just, yeah. And that was like my mind just, wow. For me being here breathing, somebody had to die. An animal, a plant. And I was just, whoa. Then I have to do something with that energy that the animal or the plant did give to me. And that was so nice to suddenly, not to feel the responsibility, but to have the possibility to direct my energy to something, to be the light. Because there is a lot of darkness out there. People are doing so many bad things out there. And many of them, they don't know it why they are doing this. And now I have the chance to go back there and plant some small seeds with the little knowledge that I have today. And who knows, maybe one day we can get a better world. That's my hope. And now we are like 14 that are going out there to different parts of the world, and everybody going out there planting the seeds. It gives me hope, you know.
Spreading the hope and spreading the knowledge
Yes,
that,
yes.
that we can. Thank you.